Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world. Thank you for joining the webinar today. My name is Ashwin. I'm a marketing analyst with Zoho Analytics, and I'm joining you today from Chennai. So what's new in Chennai? With an estimated population of 11 million, the city looks deserted because of the COVID-19 lockdown. We hope to return to normalcy soon. All right, with a quick introduction, I've got some good news. I'm happy to host the very first session in the What's New in Zoho Analytics webinar series. In this webinar series, you'll get to learn more about the new and exciting features that we build around your requirements. Before we get into the session, a couple of housekeeping items. For the benefit of the group, I have muted all the participants. However, if you have any questions, please let me know through the questions box within the control panel anytime during this webinar. So what do we got here? We get started with the scheme of things, and then I move on to discuss on what's new in Zoho Analytics in Q1 2020. We quickly summarize the webinar, and then finally we throw the floor open for an interesting Q&A session. What's this scheme of things that I'm talking about? I'm going to break down this webinar into sections that follow the workflow in Zoho Analytics. Now, we will get started with acquiring data. That is, we'll understand what's new in data acquisition. Then we move on to understand what's new in data preparation, followed by visual analysis, and finally collaborate. Now, in addition to these four elements, I will be also touching upon a couple of auxiliaries, and I will explain to you what's new in user experiences and also from an administration point of view. In each of these sections, we will focus only on the key features and functionalities, and towards the end of each section, we will have a question. Let's see how many of us get them right. What's new? We get started with acquiring data. Here are some of the popular business applications Zoho Analytics can integrate for powerful analytics. We have added 4 new business applications to this list. And they are LinkedIn Ads, Eventbrite, Site 24/7, and Sales IQ. Now let me take you through one by one. LinkedIn Ads, the advanced analytics with Zoho Analytics, enables you to visually analyze your marketing ad campaigns, measure the outcomes, and derive actionable insights in minutes. Apart from analyzing your LinkedIn campaigns, you can also keep a track of some of the most important KPIs such as your traffic, your CTR, your CPC, your CPM, and your conversion rates. Then we move on to Eventbrite. Eventbrite is an online ticketing platform. By analyzing and tracking some of the KPIs such as count, attendees count, tickets sold, you can get insights about how successful was an event conducted and can come up with actionable insights for improvement. Moving on to Site 24/7. Site 24/7 is a monitoring solution offered under the Manage Engine banner of Zoho. It can monitor websites, networks, servers, clouds, and a lot more. Now you can track the outages by analyzing the key metrics such as your downtime count, duration of outages, frequency, and a lot more across locations. This helps in identifying the root cause of downtime and take appropriate steps to maximize website, application, and server performance and availability. The last business application is Zoho Sales IQ. Zoho Sales IQ is a product from the house of Zoho. It's a customer engagement tool that offers live chat for website visitors, helps you to understand your customer actions and the touch points, tracking some of the KPIs like the ones that you see on the screen, such as your traffic source, your visitors' geographic distribution, your average time spent, your shared responses. You can enhance your users' experience and convert the customers, thereby help you to increase your revenues. Now, the beauty of integrating such business apps with Zoho Analytics is that you get more than 50 pre-built reports and powerful dashboards to throw insights on the go. On top of that, you can also perform cross-functional analytics. This means, for example, using your sales IQ data, you can blend that with your CRM data to get blended insights. Now I'm going to switch to Zoho Analytics to show the power of this integration. Hope you can all see my screen. This is the landing page of Zoho Analytics, and on the landing page are my workspaces owned by me and also workspaces shared with me. Now the integration between the business application and Zoho Analytics can be set up in no time. All you'll have to do is just to authenticate your account and then select the necessary modules, and it's just done in a few simple steps. So I'm going to skip that portion for you, and I'm going to show you the powerful pre-built reports and dashboards as an outcome of this integration. So let's get started with the LinkedIn workspace. So on the left-hand side panel are a few set of tiles, and the fourth tile from the top, that's the data tile, gets you all the data sets that has got pushed from a LinkedIn Ads account into your Zoho Analytics account. For example, you can see your accounts details, your campaigns details, and your creatives details has been pushed from your LinkedIn account into your Zoho Analytics account for analysis. By clicking on the Reports tab just above the Data button, you get access to more than 50 pre-built reports as an outcome of this integration. On top of that, you also get 4 powerful dashboards as an outcome of this integration. As you can see, Zoho Analytics has broken down the entire analysis of your LinkedIn ads into 4 buckets. The first bucket has all the details about your accounts. The second bucket has all the details about your campaign groups. The third bucket has details about your campaign performances. That's the individual performance of campaigns. And the fourth dashboard talks about the performance of your creatives. I'm going to quickly show you how these dashboards can help you get insights. So let's select Account Performance Dashboard. Take the example of a marketing agency. A typical marketing agency has a lot of clients, and the account performance dashboard gives a detailed analysis of how each of these accounts are performing. So the KPIs such as impressions, clicks, engagement rate, total engagement, CPM, CPC, and CTR are captured in the form of widgets, and they are dropped right on top of the dashboard. Scrolling further down, the story unfolds. You get to see the impression versus click monthly trend based on accounts, and you can also see that the trend has also been forecasted. The dotted line here on the report shows the forecasted trend, and it's available as a pre-built feature in Zoho Analytics. Scrolling further down, you can get some access to some insightful reports such as the video played funnel based on account. It helps you understand how many of people have started playing a particular video campaign, how many of them have seen the first quartile of the video. That gets addressed by the second block in the funnel. The third block talks about the number of people who have completed till the midpoint of the video, and the fourth block subsequently talks about the number of people who have completed watching the video up to the third quartile, and at the bottom of the funnel you have the total number of people who have completely watched the video. Scrolling further down, you can also see how the landing page clicks monthly trend based on accounts, and I leave the other reports for you to self-explore. I'm going to quickly show you the other dashboard. That's the campaigns group dashboard. Here, the campaign group's performance KPIs are very similar to the account's performance KPIs. You have impressions, clicks, engagements, total engagements, and a few other KPIs docked here. Scrolling further down, you get similar reports, and these reports are based on the performance of the campaign groups. So it gives you a very high level, yet a very detailed breakdown or analysis of your campaign group's performance. The third dashboard is the campaign's performance dashboard. This is very similar to the campaign groups, but for the analysis part, which is now based on the campaign's individual performance. You have similar KPIs on the top, similar reports towards the end of the dashboard. And the final dashboard is based on the creatives performance dashboard. It gives you a very high level understanding, yet detailed understanding of how the creatives are performing, and it helps you to optimize your creatives to ensure that you get the best out of your investment. All right, so with that, let's exit the LinkedIn Ads workspace and let's move to the Eventbrite Analytics workspace. Here in the Eventbrite Analytics, Advanced Analytics, I'm going to show you one particular dashboard that gives you some powerful insights about the event, and that's the Ticket Insights Overview dashboard. So for an online ticketing company, KPIs such as the quantity of tickets, gross sales, net sales, maximum tickets sold by, that's the source, and then tickets sold rate are some of the most critical KPIs. Now, how nice would that be if all these KPIs could be captured in one single place to give you an end of your entire ticketing process. So that's what you see on the screen with all the KPIs, the form of widgets. Scrolling further down, you can also get insights on the hour-wise tickets sold by day of the week that can help you understand on which particular day and on which particular hour the ticket sales have been maximum. That can help you to align your activities to ensure that the ticket sales are at its best. Scrolling further down, you can also have pre-built reports such as total quantity of tickets with add-ons versus quantity sold by event category. You have a breakup of the quantity of tickets sold by ticket category. You have a ticket sales trend in the last 6 weeks, and so on and so forth. Very similar to the Tickets Insights Overview dashboard, you have the Events Insights Overview dashboard and also the Attendees Insights Overview dashboard that gives you a detailed analysis of the event and also the attendees respectively. All right, so let's quit the Eventbrite Analytics workspace and let's move to Site 24/7 Analytics. So once again, here I'm going to pick one particular dashboard to show you the power of this integration. And before that, you can see 6 powerful dashboards have been presented as an outcome of this integration. You have analysis being performed on alarms, on the infrastructure performance, on internet service performance, on monitor inventory, MSP overview, outages and downtime overview. I'm going to take alarms overview dashboard and show you the power of this integration. Alarms are triggered from the site when events that might require your attention, errors or failures or general maintenance issues occur. So for a monitoring site like Site 24/7, it's very important to keep track of the alarms count, the alarms duration, the most alarmed monitor, the top reason for alarm, and so on and so forth. And this pre-built dashboard captures it all. Scrolling further down, you can see the alarms count monthly trend. That's further broken down into critical, down, and trouble. You have alarms count weekly trend. You have alarms count daily trend. You have a geographic distribution of the alarms count. And on mouse hover, you get to see finer details of the alarms count. You have a representation here with alarms count weekly overview, and so on and so forth. Very similar to the LinkedIn ads, you can also access the pre-built reports available as an outcome of this integration by clicking on the Reports tab. All right, the final integration is with Sales IQ. Here, once again, I'm going to pick one of the dashboards and showcase the power of this integration. So I click on the dashboard tile, and I see there are three powerful dashboards as an outcome of this integration. The first one detailing out the chat overview, the second one detailing out the marketing activities, and finally the visitor tracking dashboard. So I'm going to pick the chat overview dashboard. As a customer engagement tool, specifically in the chat domain, applications need to keep a very close track of KPIs such as the number of chats, the chats that were attended, the chats that were missed, the chats that were converted as tickets, the average waiting time in minutes, which is a very critical KPI, and a lot more. You have them all here dropped in the form of widgets. Scrolling further down, you can see the chat monthly trend, and you can also see that this trend has been forecasted in Zoho Analytics with estimated numbers. Scrolling further down, you have the breakup of charts by rating, charts initiated by, the visitors and operators, chats ended by, and also the mode of chat. That's say through a mobile or through a desktop. Scrolling further down, you have a lot of other reports that can help you get some powerful insights. Switching back to a presentation. So we just saw how powerful and insights these integrations with business applications can be, using the examples of LinkedIn ads, Eventbrite, Site 24/7, and Sales IQ. So if any of you are in any of these domains, I urge you to set up this integration and check out these powerful pre-built reports and dashboards to add value to your business. So fine. So moving on to new data sources, our domain experts are constantly working in widening the scope of acquiring data. And today, as you're all aware, that you can acquire data in the forms of files and feeds, cloud databases, local databases, and business applications. Now that makes Zoho Analytics a data-agnostic application. Now, given the gaining popularity of cloud storages, we now support data acquisition from your Google Team drives and also from Zoho Work Drive. And for the purpose of this webinar, I'm now going to demonstrate how to fetch your data from Zoho Work Drive. And for that, let's get back to Zoho Analytics. I hope you can all see my screen. All right, so I'm going to pick a sales data set that has the sales data at a grocery store. I'm going to import this data into one of the workspaces here, and I'm selecting the Sales Analytics demo workspace that you see on the screen. Just like how you import a file from your local drive, you'll have to click on Create and then click on New Table/Import Data. On the first row, the third tile is the Cloud Storage/Drive button. Click on that, and this is the import wizard. So I'm going to name the table as Grocery Sales Data Set Demo. This is where I get to choose a cloud storage type. I choose Zoho Work Drive, and I click on Browse. As you are aware, Zoho offers single sign-on across the Zoho suite of products, depending on your subscription. So I'm able to access my Work Drive right from my Zoho Analytics account without having to authenticate it. Otherwise, if you were to fetch a file from Google Work Drive or a Team Drive account, you might have to perform a authentication there, and then you will be granted access to access your files from that respective cloud storage. So this is where I have my file, the sales demo. I choose it and I say, okay. I click on next. So I get the data preview of the top 5 rows. I validate the data and I click on create. That's it. The data is now imported into my Sales Analytics -demo workspace. So I have it right here on the screen for you. So folks, just a few things that I wanted to share. These are the file types or file formats that are supported if you want to get data from a cloud storage. Zoho Analytics supports spreadsheets, CSV, XLS, XLSX, HTML, tabular text files, JSON, and XML. You can also schedule these imports. And in case you're importing a huge file, just make sure that the number of rows does not exceed 1 million, and also the files are less than 100 MB. Fine then, so we have a question. Like I said, we'll have a question at the end of each session. The question here is, how many reports and dashboards can be built apart from the pre-built reports and dashboards? All right, so we have many people answering that question. All right, so congratulations, all of you got it right. So you can create as many reports and dashboards as you want on top of these pre-built reports and dashboards. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the first section, and then we now move on to the second section. That's the data preparation. All right, so we're going to talk about this new feature, a powerful feature that we introduced in Zoho Analytics. So most of us here, we work with data or data sets that keeps continuously changing, or data sets where you have data that keeps overriding one on top of the other. In such cases, there is a dire necessity to track the historic changes in that data. So like I said, the data keeps changing. So how do we keep track of those changes in data? That's exactly where the powerful data snapshot feature comes into picture. So on top of this historic data that captures the changes, you can also perform analysis. That is, you can build reports and dashboards on top of this data that has got snapshotted. Now, just for better clarity, we can take examples of lead by source and status. This keeps changing very frequently, and you can keep track of these changes in lead status across a time span, like say every month or every week or every day or even every hour. And also, take the case of support tickets. The data there keeps changing. It's very dynamic. So I'm going to take the example of support tickets to demonstrate the usefulness of data snapshots. All right, so data snapshot is done on a report. So I'm going to pick one of the reports in the Zoho Desk Snapshot workspace. The report that you see on the screen is the report on which we're going to do a data snapshot. Zoho Analytics has broken down the unresolved tickets as high priority tickets, low priority tickets, and urgent priority tickets, and also medium priority tickets, and has mapped it against the agents. And that's the report that you see on the screen. Now, this data keeps changing. That is, your high priority tickets could be moved to your medium priority bucket. Your medium priority tickets could be moved to your low priority tickets, or in some cases, your low priority tickets could also become your urgent priority tickets. Now, how do you keep track of these changes? It's very dynamic. So that's where you do a data snapshot on this report. Now, let me show you how to do a data snapshot. To do that, you click on Create, and you click on New Table/Import Data. On this screen, the second tile on the second row is the Data Snapshot button. You click on that, and the Data Snapshot wizard pops up. So you got to name the Data Snapshot table. I'm going to call it the Data Snapshot Demo. And this is a section where you get to choose the report on which you do want to do the data snapshot, and it's the ticket backlog by agent and priority report, the report that I just explained to you a few minutes back. Now, how often would you like to do the data snapshot? I'm going to fix it on a daily basis at 20 hours, that's 8 p.m. IST. And I would like to retain this for the last 30 days. And with that, I create the data snapshot. That's a pop-up notification saying that the data snapshot has been successfully enabled. So I click on OK. So we have set the frequency for once a week. So a week from now is where the first data is going to get pushed into this table. So it's going to take some time to populate that table. So I'm going to show you one of the tables that I have already populated for the purpose of this demonstration. That's the ticket backlog history. So this is how a data snapshot table looks like. The first column, you have the data snapshot date, the snapshot ID, followed by the unresolved tickets, agent, and the last column being the project. Now, you can build reports and dashboards on this table that you see here. And I'm going to show you one of the reports built using Zoho Analytics. So that's the everyday ticket backlog. So we had the first report where we had the ticket priorities of the unresolved tickets broken down and mapped against the agents, whereas this report here gives you a detailed view of the unresolved tickets, very similarly broken down based on the priority on a daily basis. And this report was built on the tickets backlog history. That's the data that's got snapshotted on this report. So that's how the data snapshot feature works. A few things that I would like to share with you on data snapshots. Data snapshots, the data that gets created gets created in the form of a table. It gets added to your total row count. That means the rows in the data snapshot table gets accounted in your total row count based on your subscription. The plans that support data snapshot are standard plans and anything above that. And who can set up these data snapshots? Your account admin or the workspace admin can set up these data snapshots, and multiple data snapshots over a single report is very much possible. All right, so we have another question for you at the end of this session. Let's see how many of you get it right. Is it possible to edit or delete data from a data snapshot table? No, you cannot edit or delete any data from a snapshot table. This is because the data in the snapshot table is actually history of the report columns, and it shouldn't be tampered with. All right, so that brings us to the end of the second section. Let's move on to visual analysis. All right, so today, if you want to filter a dashboard, you can make use of the user filters. But what if a report by itself acts as a filter? And that's what we have built today into Zoho Analytics, and that's what I'm going to talk about. You can click on any data point on the report, and the entire dashboard gets filtered, and all other dependent values based on the value that you have chosen to filter on the report. That sounds a little complicated. I'm going to show you a quick demonstration, and you'll get to understand this in detail. So I'm going to pick one of the dashboards. I select the Sales Analytics demo workspace, and I'm picking the Marketing ROI Dashboard. So the Marketing ROI Dashboard measures and keeps track of some of the key performance indicators such as ROI, the revenue, the campaign cost, the lead conversions, and a few other KPIs that you can see in the form of widgets. Scrolling down, you can see the geographic representation of the ROI. You have the ROI by Google Ads campaign, and then a few other reports. Now, this ROI dashboard is not specific to a particular country. So all the numbers that you see on the screen are the ROI across all locations. Now let's say I would like to filter this entire dashboard only for the United States of America. So I can just click on United States of America, but I don't get to see the options to filter this dashboard. So I will first have to enable the reports as filter option, and then I can do this, perform this action to filter the entire dashboard very specifically for USA. To enable this feature, you can click on the gear icon on the top right-hand side corner of the settings button, and you can see the enable reports to act as filters as third on the list. You can check that and you hit on apply. And now if you were to try that here, you can click on USA and you can see two new options being displayed here. It says filter including this value and filter excluding this value. So I'm going to filter this entire dashboard to understand the ROI from marketing activities very specific for the United States of America. So I choose to filter including this value. And you can see the KPIs showing the ROI for the particular country. You can see the ROI by Google Ads campaign for USA, and the ROI by location shows only USA because we have filtered the entire dashboard for the country of USA. All right, so that's how the reports as filter feature works. All right, so with that, we move to the next section that's on collaboration. So the first new thing that we did here is to revamp the embed/publish UI with a lot of other options. I'm going to show you how it looks like on Zoho Analytics. Hope you can all see my screen. So this is what I'm talking about. So when you want to make or share a view, when you want to make it public, so you click on share and then you click on make this view public. So that's the pop-up that you see. Some of the interesting changes that we have brought about here is your embed and publish options have merged into a single screen. You can access with login, access without login, and access within organization, and also for external user permission controls, all of them in one single dialog box. Also, we have the status of already published types here just below. And finally, we have also added a new option to specify the URL criteria, like the one that you see here. All right, so next time you want to share this view with someone, you click on share, you click on make this view public. You can see the new revamped embed/public URL wizard. You have a lot of other options all in one single place. That helps the users to share these views easily. All right, so let's get back to our presentation. So like I said, I'm going to touch upon a couple of auxiliaries. The first one being the administrative roles. So I'm going to tell you what new we have introduced here. All right, so what you see on the screen is a typical hierarchy that existed in Zoho Analytics. You have the account admin, you have workspace admins, and then under each workspace admin, you had different users. We studied a lot of use cases, and that is where we understood a common phenomenon happening. That is nothing but all the administrative activities such as user management, subscription management had to be anchored only by one person, and that's the account admin. So what happens if the account admin moves out of the company? The rights could not be transferred. So that is where we introduced the concept of org admins. See, the organization admins are as powerful as the account admins. They can do everything that an account admin can do except deleting and renaming an organization or adding, activating, and deactivating other org admins. So I'm going to show you how to add an org admin to your account. To do that, you have to click on the organization setting that can be found on the top right-hand side corner. it takes you to another page with different tabs. And the second tab is the Manage Users tab. And when you click on that, you get to see all the users within your account. So I'm going to pick one of the users, that's Ashwant plus v1@zohotest.com. I'm going to click on Change Role, and I'm changing the role from a user to an account admin, and I click Apply. So you can see against Ashwant plus v1@zohotest.com, you can see the role being changed from a user to an account admin. So that's how you do it. The second interesting thing that we did in administrative function is the activity logging. Now, this helps you to track your actions and activities performed within your account. Activities and actions such as importing data, creating reports, sharing reports, and a lot more. Now, these actions and activities of administrators, shared users, and public users can be tracked, and they are available for you as pre-built reports and dashboards, and you can get some additional insights with your own reports and dashboards on that data. So I'm going to quickly show you how to enable this activity logging, and I'll show you one of the dashboards, which is a pre-built dashboard that's an outcome of enabling the activity logging feature. So once again, you'll have to click on the organization setting on the top right-hand side corner. You can navigate to the Audit tab, click on that. So you have the access logs and the activity logs. So my activity logs is already on. So I turn on the access logs. So keep both the buttons on and then you save it. So it says audit log configured successfully. So as and when activities start happening within your account, these pre-built reports and dashboards get updated. So it's going to take some time for me to access these pre-built reports and dashboards because I've just enabled my activity logging feature. So I'm going to show you one example of a pre-built dashboard that captures all the activities within your account. The Activity Insights dashboard is one of the pre-built dashboards that gives you a detailed understanding of all the activities that happen within your account. So you get to see the total actions, the view actions, the table actions, the workspace actions, and you can see trends, table activity trends. You can see the views that were created, the view activity trend, and a lot of other activities happening inside your account. So this is available as a pre-built report and dashboard. Switching back to our presentation. So we've got another question for you. How many org admins can be added in Zoho Analytics account? We can add multiple org admins in one Zoho Analytics account. So with that, we end the administrative roles. Now moving on to the user experiences. So the first new thing that we came up with as far as the user experience is concerned are the dependency view for details. So when you had to understand the dependency details for a report, you had to click on Edit Design, then scroll through that, the modules and fields that were available on the left-hand side for each and every report to view the dependency details. Whereas today, this is now being further simplified where you can view the dependency details very much in the context of the report or table or query table itself. So let me show you how it works. So I'm going to pick a report to show you how the dependency details feature enhancement has been done. So I'm going to pick one of the reports that's the leads to invoice funnel report. Now this gives me a detailed analysis of how the leads have got converted into deals and then won deals, and those that have got invoice, and for those invoices we have received the payments. So here you have data from CRM, from your ad platforms, and also from your finance application. So how do you get to see the dependent views or the tables? So earlier you had to click on Edit Design, and you had all the tables here arranged in the left-hand side panel, and when you click on one of the tables, you get to see the modules. Whereas today, you can just click on the ellipses right next to the Save button and click on the Dependency Details, and you can see the parent tables on the right-hand side window. Not just that, you can also get to know what are the other reports that were created on this particular table. Let's take the example of the deals table. So to do that, you click on the child views, and here you can see the different reports that were built using this particular table that's called deals. So that's how the dependency details feature works in Zoho Analytics. So the last update for the day is on the mobile app notifications. As you all are aware, we have our own mobile application. That's Zoho Analytics' own mobile application on iOS and Android. And wouldn't it be good to be notified immediately about these changes that are happening in your business? So that's why we brought in the mobile notifications for our users, where you can get notified when an alert is triggered. You can get notified when a view is shared. And then if you're removed or added to a group, you get a notification. And finally, when a scheduled import fails, you get notified immediately. Now, this helps you to take action on these items the moment you get notified with the mobile notifications. All right, so with that, I'm going to summarize this webinar for you. So we got started with what's new in data import, where we understood the power of integrating Zoho Analytics with LinkedIn ads and Eventbrite, also with Site 24/7 and Sales IQ. We also introduced two new cloud source storage platforms where you can fetch your data. That's the Google Team Drives and also Zoho Work Drive. The second section was on data preparation, where we understood the usefulness of data snapshots, where the changes in data could be tracked and captured, and reports and dashboards can be built on that data. The third section was on visual analysis, where we saw how reports can be used as filters for filtering dashboards. It gives you a very dynamic way of filtering the dashboards and also enhances your user interactions. We saw the revamps happening in the publish UI under the collaboration section. And then as far as the administrative roles are concerned, we have a new administrative role. That's the org admin. An org admin is a new role that's introduced in Zoho Analytics, which is as powerful as an account admin, but for a few limitations, which I had explained today. And then we saw how the activity logs can help you keep track of all the activities happening within your account. And finally, we spoke of the user experiences, where we saw how the dependency details for views have been simplified. And then we also saw how mobile notifications have become a mandate in today's context, and how Zoho Analytics is empowering its users with new mobile notifications. So with that, we now move to the interesting part. That's the Q&A. I have with me Silas, who's my colleague, who will be assisting me in this Q&A session. So I now invite Silas to handle the Q&A session.
All right. Thank you so much, Ashwant. Hello, all. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. I hope the session was very helpful. And without any further delay, let me step into the Q&A session. The first question was like whether we are going to give any handouts regarding this webinar. Sorry, we don't have any handouts for this webinar, but certainly you can find everything in this product help doc. So all the recent past updates and also the appropriate help docs will be available here. The next question was like Farid, I guess he was reported that he was unable to fetch Facebook on leads data. It is supported in Zoho Analytics. If you need assistance, please get in touch with our support team. We are happy to help you on that. And the next question was like whether we can import data from Zoho.com Zoho Books account and Zoho.eu Zoho Books account. Basically, the difference is the data hosted in two different data centers. So Zoho.com account, where the data hosted in US, Zoho.eu, where the data hosted in Europe. So currently, it is not possible to bring two different accounts surveys into one Zoho Analytics account directly. So we have some workaround to solve this case. One is, first you need to set up the integration with any one Zoho Analytics account. For example, let's say you're accessing analytics.zoho.com, import the data from book.com and have it ready. And in the other integration, where you have the analytics or books.zoho.eu, you just need to configure the integration with the appropriate EU Zoho Analytics account. Then you need to use the Zoho Analytics export API. So you can, we have a powerful API stack. So you can use the export API as an URL, and then you can import that data into another Zoho Analytics account using this URL import option. So if you face any problem in that, please do get in touch with our support team, and our support team can guide you how to do that. So we have a workaround to solve that case, basically. And let me quickly go to the next question. I got another question regarding the word cloud. Currently, Zoho Analytics does not support the word cloud chat, but that's something in our priority list, and we are planning to support it in the near term. And let me quickly go to a couple more questions here. I got a question from Colin that whether you will be able to implement the ability to access the email module data from Zoho CRM. Sorry, Colin. Currently, we do not have the option to import data from email module. That's due to some technical limitation in the API framework. We are unable to fetch the data from Zoho CRM to Zoho Analytics on the email module. But shortly, we are planning to enhance some other modules like subforms, multi-lookup columns, and all those stuff will be supported in the near term. And once it is supported, then in future, we are planning to support the other modules as well. So that's something we have it as a limitation. I got another question from Earl that basically any of these updates with Zoho Analytics integrated with ZIA. So currently, Earl, you know that Zoho Analytics offers the Ask ZIA functionality, where you can just type what you want and the report can be built automatically. So that's something that we have it in the product. We are planning to work on a set of AI features which will be available in the near term, but something that we have planned to do kind of some big release in this year. But due to the current uncertainty situation, we are planning to slow down the process. But anyway, we will see a lot more enhancement in the AI and ML part. So that's called the Augmented Analytics. And another question from Earl that assuming that all these updates work with all Zoho apps currently integrated with Zoho Analytics. Yes, definitely. Almost all the updates that we have explained will be available in all other Zoho Analytics integrations. And let me quickly pick a last question here. I got another question from Rafael that will it be possible or is it possible to use data from multiple workspaces in the same reports or dashboard? No, Rafael. Basically, we consider each and every workspace as a separate entity. So if you want to have kind of like a data blending concept or cross-functional analytics, you need to import all those data in one place, in one workspace. All right. So with that, I think I can end my QA session because it's almost, we took additional 20 minutes. So definitely we will try to answer all your questions through email. All right. So thank you so much for your time today. I will hand it over to Ashwin. And one last request, please be safe and take care of everyone around you. Thank you.
I hope you can see my screen and hear me. Anyways, thank you, Silas, for that Q&A session. Folks, in addition to all that we have discussed today, You can check out more on the new releases in Q1-2020 at www.zohoanalytics.com/analytics/help/what's-new, the one that you see on the screen. You can always write to us on support@zohoanalytics.com. You can explore more about the product on www.zohoanalytics.com/analytics. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.